Yo, wiggity wiggity whack. Anyway, running back. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy JPZ back with another video. I'm out here in LA County. I don't know, LAX. I'm by the airport, El Segundo, actually. I do know that. Had a 2-day trip, one leg. First day, one leg. Second day, actually it works out pretty good. So I left around 10 in the morning, got here about 11 a.m. local time. Spent the whole day right here by the airport. It's actually kind of cool. I got to go to In-N-Out Burger, and that's a whole nother video. I think I like In-N-Out. Anyway, saw the planes on low approach. Yeah, and then we're gonna leave out tonight, I guess, actually tomorrow, like at 12 a.m., 12:40 a.m. Be back in DF Dub by 5:30 a.m., get the whole rest of the day. So, I mean, I was good for 3, they got me for 2, but it's really like 1.5 because I get the whole Saturday off pretty much. But anyway, it's whatever. But yeah, so I decided I'd get on and, I don't know, talk to you guys. One thing that has kind of been pressing on me in my recent ventures has been sitting down to explain and kind of express and expound upon my military experiences thus far. For those of you who don't know, it's a mess. It's crazy. It's all over the place, but it's cool at the same time. So I enlisted in the Army in 2009, and I was in the Army as an infantryman for, I guess, a little over 2 years. And then I got out early on a great experience, by the way. Still text and call a lot of my dudes that my homeboys, my battles, whatever you want to call them, that I knew way back then. To this day, like, been to weddings, all that good stuff. Afghanistan, not the greatest experience, but I mean, you know, they built character. Anyway, so I was in the infantry. I got out, went back to finish school, because before that I went to school, had a early 20s crisis, got out of the school. No suspensions, no, I don't even know if you get suspended in college. Anyway, no academic kind of probation or anything like that. Just left, went ghosting everybody. But I was finding myself, joined the Army, got out, went back, finished school, was like, well, you know, maybe I'll get in the Navy. And so I was in the Navy. I was actually in the Navy Reserve as a CB for about a year. But I really wasn't a CB because they couldn't send me to school because of some kind of rules or something. I just work here, so I sat in San Antonio for a year and didn't do anything. And I was like, this is kind of lame. Because, you know, I wanted to be on the aircraft carrier and do all that cool stuff. And I don't know, I was still thinking about flying or whatever. But anyway, I was, by that time, I was married, living in DFW, and I don't know if I had a baby yet. I guess I didn't have any of them. But anyway, so yeah, I was like, bet, cool. I know there's a reserve unit over here in Fort Worth near my house, and they fly planes, they fly C-130s. So if you guys keeping track, it's Army, Navy, now I'm in the Texas Air National Guard, Air Force. So I got in, they were like, yeah, come on. And then the Navy was like, who are you? Go. So it was cool. And that was, I'm telling you, that was definitely one of the best decisions of my life. I met some great people, Cats Hot Text to this day. An amazing mission. I'm a little biased. Actually, I'm completely biased. C-130 Loadmaster, easily the best job. One of the best jobs in the Air Force. I mean, honestly, like the missions you do, airdrops. I think the coolest part is that, you know, so much of the military is focused on, you know, hurting people. And what's cool about being a Loadmaster is that a lot of times you are literally the hand to help people. You know, you're bringing them water, you're taking them out of hot zones, you're bringing them back to their families, all that mushy stuff. It's great, you know, so it was really beneficial to my spirit, to my soul. I felt it. I was like, this is great. This is awesome. But at the same time, I don't know, I'm kind of restless by nature. I don't know if you guys noticed that. And maybe that's, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess we'll see over the course of my lifetime. But I am restless. And it's one thing to be satisfied and content knowing that this is exactly where you want to be. It's another thing to feel like you're doing good, you like the spot you're in, but there's something else. Maybe I should be doing something else. And so that's kind of where, you know, this whole space thing came into being. Basically, it all started when then President Trump, created the Space Force, and with all the memes and comedy and jokes and prodding and shenanigery that kind of went with it. And I don't know. In the one hand, I was taking part in it because it's kind of funny. The military, we jab at each other. On the other hand, I was like, you know what? True story, bro. True story. That actually sounds kind of interesting. So on the side, I was like doing my little research and stuff, and I was like, man, that's kind of tight. And I was over on the side doing my research. I was like, man, that's pretty cool. And by the end, I was like, this is so awesome. And I was like, man, what I'm gonna do, or just like, I went out, actually went on deployment. So all that happened, went on a deployment, had a great experience. Once again, like hacking the mesh, hacking the mesh, doing my thing. Like, it was great. I was, compared to my first deployment in Afghanistan to Kuwait, I was like, you know what? I can see why people can stay in the military in the Guard at least, for 30 years. Because this right here, this could work. Wi-Fi, showers, roommates, like, yeah, I can make it work. But anyway, during that time, I was still in the back of my mind thinking about space, thinking about like where I fit in, could I fit in, how it all would work. And it's funny how God kind of positions you and kind of sets things up, right? So my unit was in the transition from H model C-130s to J model C-130s. And in that transition, basically you lose 2 crew positions. So flight engineers and navigators are not on the J model. All kinds of automation, technology, cool. And so the whole unit was kind of in this amalgamous kind of transformative kind of mode where basically we're trying to figure out what people want to do. Do enlisted want to become pilots? Do navs and flight engineers want to do their job at other units? Do they want to become loads or pilots or whatever, So like it was, everybody's like basically going down the list. What are you doing? 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 And I don't know, it kind of worked out like that, I guess, because I was evaluating my time with my family at the time, as well as juxtaposed. Ooh, I like using that word. I think I used it right too. Juxtaposed to my military career and my civilian career. And at the time, where my babies are at and kind of where I want to be, it's difficult to be like, hey, I'm going to be a load for the military and fly around and stuff. And also I'm going to be a flight attendant and fly around and stuff. And I'm eventually trying to be a commercial pilot and still fly around and stuff. So it's like, where do the babies kind of fit in? Where does Tierra fit in? And so I felt like this next transition is definitely like a long-term, long game kind of move. It's like, all right, Peace is crazy. Oh, he's always doing stuff. He's always here and there. But now it's like, all right, this is where I see myself long-term for sure, because being in my new job, Space Systems Operator, 1 Charlie 6, it gives me the opportunity to pursue that space mission. Man, that's, I don't know, sometimes I still get taken aback. Like, it's crazy. Like, that's what Lord, you've been good, God. Anyway, all right, so I get to pursue that space mission. And then it's definitely, there's like zero travel. And then I still get to pursue that commercial aviation and travel side, which gives me a good balance, because in the meantime, I have that all the time with my family. You guys may not know this, and I think I've expressed this, but I want to explicitly say it right here. Like, I know on the outside looking in, it's like, oh, he's a flight attendant or whatever, he's never around. But honestly, man, like, there was plenty of times. I don't know, y'all can check my stories, y'all can check me out. I be knee deep in diapers and appointments and taking my babies places and parks and all that trash. I mean, it's military slang. It's not trash. I love the things I do with my babies. But yeah, it's just, the time is there. It's just different. So it's not usually on a weekend or something, but catch me Monday through Friday, like, we're going to be outside. So I say that to say it's great that I have this new position in the military where I can definitely get a good home life balance, civilian career pursuits, and definitely like what I really want to do militarily. Like, it's insane, man. And what's cool about it, this work, so let's break down the timeline. So I got back from deployment. Everybody's kind of reevaluating, hey, where you going, what you doing? And sorry. I don't think I'm crying. I'm not. Anyway, I was like, so I'm thinking about doing the Spaceport thing. And with that being said, if I was going to give any advice to anybody moving into this, trying to pursue this, is communicate, 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 and communicate some more. It's like, it's not going to be pretty. You're not going to like it. It's going to be uncomfortable and awkward. But at the end of the day, they will respect you. Your superiors will respect you, and they can work with you if you tell them what you want to do. And it was difficult for me, right? Because I'm still pretty new. I think I was like, it was one deployment. It was less than like 2 years with the unit. Like, they had poured so much into me, training, security clearance has been over backwards. And for that, I am eternally grateful. But at the same time, I couldn't deny how I felt and what I wanted to do. And, you know, my thing about it is that if I had expressed that to them, like, these are my intentions, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I want to do, and they had said no, I would have been angry and butthurt. But I'm the kind of dude that I would have, you know, fulfilled my duty, my commitment, because that's what I signed up for. And I think that needs to be said as well. Like, sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes you have the greatest intentions and you're so pure and honest and forthright and upfront, and they say no. And you have to be comfortable. You have to be prepared to deal with that kind of trauma, because I can guess that could be pretty traumatic. And I guess I've actually done a pretty good job over the course of my time in my life to where if it doesn't work out, not to say that I'm not going to give 110%. I hate that phrase. Not to say that I'm not going to fully commit to my goals, my ambitions, but I'm of the breed where it's like, okay, so what's next? If it doesn't work, what's next? And it really goes like that. It's not to say that I didn't have any passion for that one thing. It's not to say I'm cold and calculated. It's just like, life is too short to be dragging your knuckles and crying over stuff that's done. So I expressed my intentions after I got back from deployment. And I also did research. That's one thing I can say too. So communicate often and do your research. Come to the table with a plan. And I mean, some people could say the opposite, where it's like, well, it looks like you're doing backdoor dealings and stuff. But it's like, no. I mean, at the end of the day, you communicate that with your research as well. So this is what I did. I reached out. I found the job I wanted. Boom, boom, boom. Got it. All the stuff's on the internet, by the way. Found the job I wanted. Found the unit I wanted. Reached out to the unit. Reached out to a recruiter. And I was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. I'm still in my unit. I've expressed that I would like to do this. They said, recruiter was like, okay, talk to the unit. The unit reached out. We talk back and forth. They'll ask for whatever they want from you, interviews or evals or whatever, written statements, all that stuff. And then they make a decision. All right, we want you. So I did all that with them. They said, cool, come on over. I talked to recruiter. He was like, bet. I got their position number, so you're good. I went back to my unit. I was like, hey, remember that thing I was talking about earlier about getting into all this stuff? So I guess no. Let me backtrack. Man, I'm looking confused. Anyway, so this is what you got to do. Express your intentions, I guess, while simultaneously doing your research. So it's like, hey, this is what I'm looking into. I'm kind of reaching out, and this is what we got going. And so they kind of meet up at the same time. Because, I don't know. What did I do? I think I reached out first. No, I threw a line out. It was very vague, but it wasn't vague, but it was small. It was like, hey, I'm considering leaving the unit. I think that's what I want to do. And then I did the research of what that would look like. I talked to them and stuff, talked to units, talked to a recruiter, and then brought it back to my unit, brought it back to my primary unit, my original unit, and was like, hey, remember that thing I was talking about? This is X, Y, and Z saying that I can do it. They're supportive of it. What say ye? And that's kind of how you have to go with it. Yeah, pretty much. As long as everybody's on the same page, as long as everybody's aware of what you're doing, and it doesn't look like you're doing this back dealing kind of stuff. I mean, I feel like that's paramount, because the last thing you want to do is seem ungrateful. The last thing you want to do is seem like you don't care about your current job, that you're not invested in it. And I made sure not to make that even an inkling in someone's eyes, because they've done so much for me, and I think that's important. So yeah, then the transition happens. It's pretty much just paperwork after that. After you do the research, after you interview, talk to your recruiter, talk to your old unit. Basically, if everybody says yes, then you're good to go. And it's almost crazy, like how quick it happens. It's like, whoa, am I qualified for this? Is this really happening? It is, man. It is happening. And then I don't know. One day I was just out of the Texas National Guard, and now I'm in the Air Force Reserve as a space systems operator. And it's crazy. I don't know, man. I get taken aback because of my past, right? So I've expressed this. I kind of alluded to this, but I've had some legal issues in my past that would disqualify, anybody from picking up, I don't know, garbage pans. I don't know what that is. Picking up trash. But I think what kind of has helped me along the way is the fact that, going back to a previous statement, is that I just don't give up. Like, not to brag, but I mean, it's just a statement. It's just an observation I make. Like, I refuse to give up. And what I've noticed, based on my history and my ability to recuperate from that, to recover from that, is that a new trajectory of behavior as well as time, put those two together, and man, there's very little you can't overcome. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and, kill somebody, whatever, but by and large, for standard kind of typical drama, if you show that, yeah, you made a mistake, but you've learned from it, you changed your course, you demonstrated yourself to be a different person, a better version of yourself, and you've done that for an extended period of time, that demonstrates, that speaks volumes. Because at the end of the day, the military understands that you're not going to be perfect. They understand that you come with baggage, especially the older you get, more than likely you're going to have more baggage. But it's your ability to demonstrate that you're adaptable, that you're intelligent, that you're sincere. Like, all those things mixed together show that nothing can't be overcome. Nothing can't be overcome. Nothing. And it's funny because in the moment, actually, it's crazy. I don't know what the word is. It's something, because in the moment you feel like the world's ending, man. Like, I can think back vividly to moments where I was just crying in front of, like, there was an investigator who was reviewing a security clearance I needed early on, and he was like going through my dirt, and I was like just crying in front of this dude I'd never met before in my entire life, just bawling my eyes out, because that's just how it manifested. Because I felt so guilty, I felt so unworthy, I felt like there's no way that they're gonna approve me for this stuff. And it's like, I'm telling y'all, I'm here above all else. If you don't hear anything else I say about processing through different kind of branches and career fields and whatever, persistence and sincerity. Like, I can't stress that enough. Keep living, keep moving, keep progressing. It gets better. I'm telling you, it gets better and better and better. And the more you believe that, the more you internalize that, I promise you, it will speak volumes. It will grow. It will manifest. It will create fruit in any area of your life. Like, this stuff is like, this ain't just military stuff. This is next level, like, manifest, metaverse, whatever, like, whatever you call it, whatever you pray to, like, this stuff works. And I don't know, man. I just think I just wanted to get on and express that to you guys, that the flow was cool. It was about communication. It was about research and diligence and persistence. And that stuff pays off. And it's like, what are we, in some kind of after school special? Like, there's no way. No, man, like, seriously. I should have been listening in 10th grade, man, because this stuff really works. I don't know. I guess that's it, man. I hope that this video is an encouragement to y'all. I hope that it is a manifestation of something maybe you thought about but didn't get, like, the cosign or the check mark or the go ahead. I'm here to green light you. Go, do it. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, if you have any interest in the Space Force, in the Air Force, in the Army, in infantry, in Loadmaster, in Space Systems Operator, like, hit me up. Comments down below. Instagram, Life of PZ, Facebook, Julian Peterman. Like, look, I want this to be something where we can communicate and converse and better ourselves, because we're all in this together, man. And it, like, look, I'm not gonna give you the answers to the test, but, like, the old test, the ones that aren't being great anymore, you can learn from my mistakes, man. You can have them. You can have all the mistakes. You can have all the pitfalls. You can have all the shortcomings so that you don't have to do it. And if you did do it, maybe we can find a route to get you out of there. All right, man. Back to Dallas. Y'all be good.